And there's a look at the new shoes, which I just picked up earlier today. And hey everyone, it is Saturday, October 21st. The time is 5:08 p.m. and it's a rather windy 11 degrees Celsius. I'm here at a messy College Park. I just noticed this garbage can tipped over, or whatever you call that thing, just now. Looks to be a textbook, a jug of some sort. Hopefully it was just the wind that caused that litter. And there's the College Park complex. And for this one, as I walk directly into a rather strong wind, I'll be walking through a number of different indoor shopping centers. I'll start here at College Park. I'm not going to be exploring all of each one, but rather just walking through them. And I'll also be heading outdoors for a part of the walk as well. So we're going to walk through College Park. Then I'm going to connect underground over to the shops at Aura. And then I'm going to head up to Yonge Street and then walk south to the Atrium on Bay and take that over to the Eaton Centre. Maybe around Bay and Dundas, I'll cut into the Eaton Centre. And I'll walk south through that. And finish up maybe in Saks Fifth Avenue or Hudson's Bay. There's the intersection of College and Bay Street. But I'm going to head in to the building here. It's quite a bit cooler than it was when I left my apartment about 30 minutes ago. And this was originally home to an Eaton's department store, which operated from the 1930s all the way to 1977. And that department store, it's on the corner of Yonge and College. And just below there, you'll find College Station. All right, let's head down these stairs. There's a Farm Boy, a new grocery store that's recently opened up here. And Eaton Centre, or rather, the Eaton's department store closed when the Eaton Centre opened just south of here. And that area was turned into a shopping complex. There's a dollar store on that end. The main anchor now would be a Winners store, which if you're American is very similar to a Marshall's. It's even owned and operated by the same people. And there's an event venue on the 7th floor. I think it's called the Carlu. They actually wanted to remove the 7th floor when the Eatons left, but it had heritage status. And where I started this one was just over there, so I'm not exactly taking an efficient route. That's not really the point. There's another supermarket in here on Metro. And just over there is a newly remodeled food court. and that is Yonge Street just up ahead, but I'm going to cut over to...
You're a part of it.
All right, that guy's saying some not so appropriate things to people walking by. Just going to keep moving. I could head up and go outside, but we're going to take a dip into the Shops at Aura. And I did a video through here that did rather well. It's one of my most popular videos ever. I called it Toronto's Dead Mall, and ironically I did another Dead Mall video this morning. This isn't a very inviting or welcoming connection. No skateboard, bicycle, rollerblade, or scooter. Aye, aye, Captain. As soon as I walked in, just to my left, there was a security guard kind of scratching his head. I didn't really want him to see the camera. And that leads up to the 79-story Aura Tower. And this complex was completed back in 2014. And in that video where I explored here, I talked about how these units sold for a small fortune, and they're worth far less now. This is definitely a failed mall by any measure, or shopping center, however you want to call it. But let's head up to Yonge. I think there's an IKEA pickup down here. Please use elevators. Okay, oh, there's the IKEA pickup. There's a Marshalls and HomeSense and an IKEA. IKEA moved in last year and it's been quite popular. It's an urban format IKEA. Well, there's people actually going down to the Shops at Aura. I did a video walking through IKEA shortly after it opened. Now for some of the sights and sounds of Yonge Street for a few blocks. There was talk of connecting that area I just walked through to the city's path network, which features 30 kilometers of connected passageways, mostly under the financial district, but that would require cooperation of the Chelsea Hotel, which I think is a redevelopment candidate. So if and when that happens, we might see a path connection, but it seems doubtful to happen anytime soon.
And if it's not.
There's the future home of Concord Sky.
Yeah, of course.
I win your number. I want a fucking eight. The die pack gang and the people that were around you. You better get my money stored up. I'm gonna fight for Gary.
Okay.
Okay, Sarat.
It looked like he went at and probably scared the crap out of that one girl. Who knows how long he's been out here doing that, but he definitely shouldn't be out here. Now he's yelling at someone over there. Yeah, he's definitely harassing people.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep moving. This time on a Friday or Saturday, there's always a big crowd here. It's a Halloween store. Theatrics plus this one seems to open up around that spot every time this year. And it looks like something finally moved in where Panera Bread used to be. Healthy Planet. There is the Atrium on Bay.
What is it that you wanted to buy?
Which I said I would cut through. I'm just kind of drawn to being outside. We'll take a quick peek at what's going on at Yonge and Dundas here. Hello.
Hello.
There's a local institution. And this is Yonge and Dundas. There's Dundas Square across the street. Not much in the way of preachers or buskers over on that street corner. I said I was going to go through the Atrium on Bay, but this guy has caught my eye here. Megastar. Looks like they might be signing up for some games you can't win. I want your head cut off.
But long story in the next couple of years.
All right, I'm gonna go back up and head through the Atrium. We'll escape this craziness for a moment.
Go to something in the wall.
There used to be a pickle barrel restaurant right here on the left. There's plans to build a 34-story tower over part of this development. So this shopping complex and office opened back in 1981, and it replaced the old Ford Hotel. I've done a few walks through here in the past. It's amazing how much quieter it is than out at street level. There's a Muji. There's a food court downstairs. Where Moon Palace authentic Cantonese cuisine is, was a spring roll restaurant at one point in time. Oh, it's pretty quiet in here. Let's head back out to the street. Thank you. And we'll head over through the Eaton Centre. This is definitely one of my more random walks. I'm meeting a few friends in this area at 6 p.m.
A great line.
There's Uncle Tetsu's Japanese cheesecake, which used to be right across the street. I was reading some people complaining online that that's a place that's really gotten downhill. Sounds like there's another person not having a very good day over there. I imagine she'll probably have lost her voice by tomorrow. All right, no comment. There's Canadian Tire, which you might think is a hardware or automotive store by the name, but it's really evolved into much more than that. You get a lot of small appliances there and everyday supplies.
No, I'm not worried that much. I think it's fine.
So this is Dundas Street. I could head into the Eaton Centre here. That passageway I'd be walking through, I don't think would be nearly as interesting as staying out here. My original plan was to be indoors as much as possible, but what can I say? I like walking outside. Seems to be a lot of people amused by that lady over there. It's kind of sad. All right, that wasn't appropriate, what she just said. We've had a few examples of the mental health crisis this city is experiencing that nobody in any level of government is doing anything meaningful about.
But if you choose to stay to humble yourself to call on the Lord Jesus Christ, the only way to salvation, He will set you free. Jesus Christ saved us and He set us free, my friends. Jesus saved us from depression and suicide. Jesus can set you free also.
All right, I will
Jesus is alive and He can hear you, my friends.
head in through the next exit.
I was dead, but behold, I am alive forevermore.
With the holidays coming up, I'll do an extensive walkthrough through the Eaton Centre, probably in December. If you love Toronto, give me a hug. Those free hug signs that people used to hold kind of went away over COVID. So I mentioned earlier, the Eaton Centre on the right here opened back in 1977. It was North America's, or it still is, busiest shopping center. It was built in 2 phases, a north and a south. On the right was where Eaton's was, and that later became a Sears. and it's been scaled back each time it's been made into something new. And then it was a Nordstrom who put up this pretty neat looking facade. And then Nordstrom pulled out of the country last year. They also closed their location up at Yonge and Bloor. I think it's just being converted into general retail now. And I should have mentioned, on the other end where the Samsung Experience store used to be, is quite sadly becoming a BMO bank. All right, let's cut through the Eaton Centre. Which I think would be open until 9 p.m. Oh, it looks like they've opened this up. Maybe I should have walked through here. This is where Nordstrom used to be, and it looks very much like they're going to be putting in retail. They're just turning it into another one of the mall's corridors. Canadian Chroma, reimagined landscapes. You can see what used to lead up to another level of the department store. So I got kind of sucked into this area. I meant to be going in the other direction. That's okay. We can take the stairs down here. There used to be a Club Monaco right on the corner here of the mall way back when. There was also a small movie theater. Or I guess it was a big movie theater, but the screens themselves were quite small. And that, I think, should not be allowed. Such a prominent location. And Samsung, which was kind of a neat store to go explore, is turning into a bank. I could keep going down and head down into the food court.
No washroom.
And this too, I believe, was once part of a department store. I think this was opened up to other retailers after Eaton's closed down. H&M closed two downtown locations. I think they've just consolidated everything into that one giant store. So we're gonna head south and cross the Skybridge, which connects this mall to the former Simpsons department store, which is now Hudson's Bay and Saks Fifth Avenue. someone left their hair clip in that store when the employees ran out and handed it to her. There's the view of the mall. Oh, there's some kind of VR experience down there. Light art VR. The last time I was in here, I was making a video where I picked up this thing, which I've been trying to live with for a month, as my main phone keyword, trying to live with. I remember a time when Aldo had 3 stores in this mall. All right, let's head up. I think this mall has kind of a classic, timeless look to it. The Canadian geese have recently been returned.
It's got to be computed.
There's Arc'teryx. So if you're looking to spend way too much on some outdoor wear, this would be the place. Between there and Canada Goose, you could sure spend a fortune. There's those iconic geese. The artist, I think, has actually copyrighted them. So if you publish any images of them, I've heard you might have some explaining to do. That's always been sort of the image of the Eaton Centre that's been burned in my head for as long as I can remember. And the Skybridge here was put in back in 2017. It replaced a much more pedestrian-looking bridge. And Queen Street here, between Bay and Victoria, is dug up for the next 4 years while they tunnel underneath to build the Ontario line. There's Old City Hall, so that's a look to the west. And the streetcars have been diverted and replaced with buses. There's a look to the east. All right, left, Saks Fifth Avenue, right, the Bay, both owned by the same company. That smells like perfume in there. I have a tradition of checking out a random pair of shoes and guessing their price. I'm going to say these Valentinos. Let's say 900 bucks. $12.50. Are you insane? And that's just gonna bunch your toes together and give you all sorts of problems. That's why I'm rocking these foot-shaped shoes. I complain about the prices of these while I wear the most expensive shoes I've ever bought. These ones are $1,000. All right, you guys aren't tuning in to watch me complain about shoes. Let's make our way down. Maybe I'll do a walk. If you want to see a walk through these department stores, let me know down in the comments. I could come here and explore the store. They don't seem to be blasting commercialized music obnoxiously. Well, this floor is. But we could head down to this level here, which is connected to the path network. So it's possible to walk from Union Station. You could come from Montreal on a Via train and walk inside all the way up to Yonge Dundas. Sorry, no exit. Exit via the checkout. I've been cornered into a maze of an incredibly overpriced retailer. All right, I guess what's left is just to head up to street level. A lot of these eateries here lost a ton of business over the pandemic, as the financial district is just on the south side. And a lot of them never quite bounced back. This will lead us into Queen subway station. Just on the right, the Eaton Centre straight ahead. And what are normally some very stinky stairwells. Whew. Just plug your nose through this part. All right, I think that's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Passing through a number of different indoor shopping centers, as well as part of Yonge Street and Dundas Street. Kind of a weird path I chose, but one I chose nonetheless. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.